Welcome to Music and Medicine. I'm your host, Dr. Moshe Lewis, and I am here with the lovely Rashida, and I'm so excited because we've been trying to pin her down for months. She doesn't know, but we were able to find her and pull her in. I wanted to learn a little bit about how did you get involved in the business? Like, what were some of your initial inspirations?
Oh, wow. So many moons ago, without saying my age, I actually started out basically working for the world famous Hit Factory music studios in New York. I was actually a receptionist.
Right.
I always dreamed of being in the business, in the entertainment business. I wrote as a kid, I think I was like maybe 10 or 11, I wrote a letter stating what I wanted to do was to be a producer.
Right.
So I am a producer now. I'm a talent producer, but you know, at the time, you're a kid, you don't really know.
Right.
So just the fact that that manifestation of becoming a producer in the entertainment business is amazing. So I started at Hit Factory as a receptionist and then just kind of worked my way up. Of course, I don't know if you heard of Bad Boy Records, Mr. Puff Daddy. So I started interning. I was always a hustler, so I always had 2 or 3 jobs at the same time.
So you're from New York.
Yes.
That's a requirement.
Exactly. So I started, interning at Bad Boy and just kind of worked my way up. While I was interning, you get like a weekly stipend. Which isn't much at that, especially at that time.
Yeah.
So, still have to pay the bills.
Right.
So basically, I actually got a job at Puffy's studio, Daddy's house, and I would work, during the day as an intern, and then at night I go to the studio and get that paycheck.
Exactly.
So,
no shame.
Yeah, exactly. So I always just strive to, do something in the business.
Right.
So as it went on, Puff started Bad Boy Films.
Right.
So I had the opportunity to work in production, never done that before.
Right.
So I was still working at Bad Boy, but I also worked in production for the Bad Boy Films.
Right.
And I met a stage manager, Jeffrey Gitter, I never forget his name.
Sure.
And he was like, hey, you're great at what you do. Would you be interested in working as a production assistant, a PA, on shows? So my first, actually, PA gig was 2004 Video Music Awards, MTV, in Miami.
Right.
So it's like, way to get a first gig, that doesn't come often, know?
Right.
So then I started PAing, and Puff was really cool because he allowed me to work at his company, but he also understood the hustle mentality, and you always have to have multiple streams of income.
Absolutely.
So he gave me that opportunity to go out and still work other jobs as long as, I was holding it down on my end and what I need to do for his company.
Right.
So that's basically how I got started, and then it just kind of evolved from there, and I started doing more and more production.
Right.
And I actually was like, oh, I want to be a stage manager. So then from there, so I thought, I, met this great guy, Rob Sellers, and he basically took me under his wing, and he's basically my mentor. One of the reasons why I actually got up and moved to LA, because of course, if you want to be in this business,
you
gotta come to LA, So came out to LA. Rob took care of me, basically showed me the ropes and everything, and I started all over again because I had reached a certain level in the music industry, but music and television are 2 totally different things.
Right.
So I basically started at the bottom, now I'm here type deal, all over again.
Just like Drake, so
right.
It's not bad.
So I did it. I hustled. I mean, when I first moved out here, came out here with $150 in my pocket and a dream.
Right.
So I hustled, and I even was an extra on. I remember I was an extra on ER and different TV shows to make ends meet.
Sure.
And then when the opportunity came, I hopped on it.
Sure.
And I always ended up working with talent.
Sure.
So now, fast forward today.
Right.
So I'm a talent producer, and I book talent for different TV shows, award shows, and here I am.
What are some of the things you look for? I know obviously that somebody may be hot and things like that, but even beyond that, what are some of the kind of qualities that you may be looking for that people need to keep in mind if they want to work with a producer like yourself or be in some of the bigger networks that you're with?
Well, right now, this day and age, the type of work that I do, it's more or less I'm hired by a production company or producing team, and they'll send me a list of, celebrity candidates. Sometimes I'll get the opportunity to pitch as well. But with this day and age too, it's evolved so much. It's not just, celebrity like actor, actress, artist, music artist. Now, we're into the world of TikTok and social media and things like that. So, a lot of things now, not only must you have the talent, but you almost always must have pretty much have to have the numbers too. So the following and, for IG or Facebook or all those, different platforms. So it just really depends. It depends from show to show and whatnot. Award shows are pretty much straightforward because, it's music and they're new artists that want to showcase or artists that we know that want to showcase their music or hot music or new music or whatever the case may be. So.
No, absolutely. And then one last question we've definitely been dying to ask you, which is, now that you're doing this, what inspiration might you give to somebody who's like trying to come up and come in the business or learn about the business and just getting started?
I would say definitely never give up. You may get discouraged, but don't give up. Just keep moving forward. That's all you can do. Stay positive. Know that you will need to hustle. It's all about the hustle. It's all about networking at the end of the day. A lot of people are like, oh, it's so tough, this and that. No, it's not. It's just networking, and you just got to have that drive. So.
Our show is called Music and Medicine. I know health is very important to you. What's some aspect that you may feel you sort of incorporated into your life or that you hold to be really important?
I would say basically eating right, which is really tough. Also, with my job, sometimes I tend to sit around all day. That's not healthy. You have to have boundaries. You have to set boundaries for yourself. You have to get out and even if it's not exercising, you need to get out and walk. Or if you're going to do 20 minutes a day of cardio, just something to keep your body and your mind and your soul and spirit, together and healthy, and just eating right and drink lots of water.
Well, I'm your host, Dr. Moshe Lewis, and we've been here with Rashida, who's a talent manager with some of the biggest networks out there, and you heard it from her. Don't be afraid to hustle and really work your grind, but take care of yourself at the same time. Take care of yourself, show yourself love, and make sure that you eat right and get a little bit of rest. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Dr. Lewis. It was a pleasure.
Thanks.